Hello everyone, it's Yogi here. I hope you're well. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're ready for a spot of stitching. I am. So today, you know by now, every Tuesday is my unofficial GeckoRouge Day. So I'm back to this piece, okay? And yes, this is a piece from GeckoRouge. It's a company that specialized in sort of made to order, really, really lovely cross-stitching kits. So you can have a look at their company website, and it's full of really unique patterns that you don't see anywhere else. And this one is certainly one of them. And this piece is by an artist called Collin Thompson. Some of you might be familiar with Collin Thompson already, if you do puzzles in particular. And just like Amy Stewart, they're both really big in the jigsaw puzzle world. And this piece is one of the larger ones, okay? And I'm not kidding when I say large. This is it. And it's full of action. So I think, you know, to justify the artwork, it has to be quite a large piece. And this is indeed the case. So if you think Heaven and Earth supersize, this is much larger. And I think you need that physical space to capture all the details here. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's full of mystery and full of surprises. And everywhere you turn is full of just intrigues. So let me show you my app right here. All right. So I told you this was a large piece here. So let me zoom way out if I can. And currently I'm at the bottom center there and working currently toward the left side. I'm kind of just finding interesting objects that I want to stitch as I go. I don't have a grand plan. All I decided to do was to start from the bottom center. And this is actually my second start. The first start, I worked on the piece for about two and a half years. And due to glitches on my chart, okay, and there's a live stream there, the captures it kind of explain the situation. You can look it up. And so this is the second start. I can't remember when, when I started. Maybe some of you remember, maybe just over 2 months ago, something like that. And steadily, but slowly and steadily, this is what I am, okay? So there are some confetti areas and some areas are more flat. It's a very kind of well-balanced chart here. So, you know, it's not overwhelming with confettis. Some areas are a little bit more challenging. So I kind of allow myself to just wander off wherever I want. Okay, and let me just show you my numbers here. So if you look at the upper left there, currently I'm at 0.78 after maybe nearly 2 months, right? I don't know, chat, and something like that, definitely. And but you know, it's a large piece, and I'm patient, and I just want to have fun with it and just enjoy it. And in terms of number of colors, it's 149, so about 150 colors. And let me just delete the previous sprint here. So today, brand new start. Okay, I'm going to start a new sprint here, and this is a counter using the app Saga to count my progress in terms of captures every single stitch I'm about to make for this session. And at the end of every stream, we play a game called Guess My Stitches. And, you know, regulars know by now, you come forward to offer a number, and maybe you're going to be the winner tonight. Okay, let's see who's going to win today. And so let me bring back this view here. And hello everyone. How nice to have you here with me. So start from the top, okay, in the chat. I want to know who are here to stitch with me today. And the first stitcher to report to the chat is Sarah. Sarah is providing our quote. Yes, whenever Sarah is away, we miss her quote, her daily quote. So today's quote from Sarah is, if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. Martin Cornfeld. Very, very nice. It's a small thing that counts. Absolutely. Sometimes we get frustrated because we can't do big things. But just like Martin Luther King, Gandhi said it. I'm going to butcher it. I'm going to paraphrase it. Is to be the changes you want to see in the world. Just be it. And then just watch changes happen. Thank you so much, Sarah. And then we have Maddie. Maddie says, oh, it's going to be so, be more colors added to the pencils. Oh, Maddie. Yes, absolutely. Maddie was watching the last stream. Absolutely. And Rajal as well, our model stitcher, is here in the chat and says, happy Tuesday, everybody. Stitching Monday. Stitching Monday. Is it Monday or Tuesday? It's all blurred into one after a while. And also we have Rachel. Says, hello, stitchy friends, a fun chart. I wonder what Yogi will stitch today. Oh, yes, you will find out. You will find out. Alona is also here in the chat. Welcome. And Chloe C. And Travis as well. And Betty Lou Taylor is also here. And we also have Heather House as well. And Beth is also here joining us. And our lovely Susan is here as well, and Wendy as well. Oh dear. Wendy says, good morning everyone. Nursing broken finger and ribs. What? Going from hot 36 degree to 12 overnight, so jumpers have come back out, going to be hot again after today. Oh dear, broken ribs. I hope you're well, and we'll keep you company if you're able to watch, and if you need to rest, have lovely and peaceful rest. We're sending our love to you. Oh, poor Wendy. And Clara is also here. Bonjour, everyone. Yes, a little bit of French every day. That's what we need. And Brittany as well. Hello on Tuesday. How wonderful to have you here. And Kills Craft as well. Hello, hello. And Lizzie is also here. And Cozy Comfort. Yes. So I am going to address you with handles. It's much easier for me. And who else have we got? Let's scroll down. And Dolby Johnson as well. Hello, hello. And Angelique as well. And Collin is here with us. And Maltese Stitcher as well. So good to see you. And Mandy is also here. And Chelsea Summer. Chelsea, welcome. And yes, Chelsea has a question. We'll come back to that. And Kate is also here. And Anna is also here in the chat. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're ready with a piece and come to stitch with me. Okay, I can't wait to stitch, get on with my stitching, because this piece, literally, I have not touched since last session. So I am really eager to go. There are a few pieces I actually managed to put a little bit of work whenever I have a moment, but this one I have not touched since last one. And last time we're stitching this PowerPoint graph here. Okay, so I think today we're going to continue with that. I think there's a lot going on with the pencils, and such a joy to stitch. All really bright, beautiful colors. And yes, so I kind of moved my fabric a little bit, so I freed up more space for the pencils to happen. And there's some surrounding, bits and pieces as well. And I'll kind of dive in and out and start to fill in the stitches. I like to establish some sort of baseline here, so the whole thing has a little bit more structure. So this is my plan today. And what are your plans today? Have you got a plan, or you're gonna just go with the flow and be spontaneous? I like that as well. Okay then, so this fabric, if I haven't mentioned already, is 28 counts, ungridded fabric, really delicate, my favorite fabric so far. And I'm stitching with DMC floss, 1/1, and the floss came with the kit as well. So this is not the same as dimensions, for instance. They're pre-packaged, and you just buy them off whatever vendors. With GeckoRouge kits, they pull it together for you. So there are a few things that you can customize. You can pick the number of the fabric counts, first of all, and you can pick, what else can you pick? I think that's it. The fabric counts most of all, and whether, you can get paper patterns as well if you fancy that. And of course, I go for digital pattern all the time. And so have a look. It's a very unique company. It's a UK-based company, and they're doing interesting things. Okay then, so let me pick my colors here, okay? And I like to warm up a little bit, and I think the pencils are great for warming up, because as far as I can remember, let me zoom in my chart here. Very little confetti in this area. There are color changes, but not sort of scattered. So it's quite relaxing to stitch. And if I do get bored of solid colors, I can always go to the surrounding area. There's no end of color changes waiting for me. So I like, to pick and choose and divide and conquer, as I say. All right, so let's have a look. As I was speaking, we also have Linny as well. Says hi Yogi and friends, and Love Drunk has also joined us, and Michelle Fuller as well, lurking from work club. Oh yes, we have a work club. People watching us when they're at work, discreetly. And I try to talk quietly so the bosses won't hear it, unless they're bosses, then they can play as loud as they want to. So today I'm very happy to have a few more needles, because even though my new needles, size 28, they have not arrived yet, I managed to free some needles yesterday by parking. So the more you park, the more free needles you have. Otherwise, I use my needle board, and it's on my right side here. So I'm ready. Let's have a look. Why don't I stitch in order and start to move to the left and start building these really fun looking color pencils, or PowerPoint chart, whichever way you want to view it. So the first color. All right, okay guys, let's see how we're doing with a spooky bingo. I don't believe we had any yesterday. So yesterday was spooky bingo free, and even though I had many color changes. So let's see how we're doing today. So the first color is 124. 124. Yes, I've got one docked already. See, this is what happens if you have a needle docked. Literally, you just pick it up and you're ready to go. Here we go. So start from here. I'm going to start to build these color pencils. I'm warming up, guys. I'm warming up. The first few stitches are probably going to be a little bit clumsy as usual, and then the clumsiness, of course, continues as usual. No changes there, but probably even more clumsy in the beginning. So bear with me. So I'm warming up. So apologies, I had to put the time back 15 minutes because I was running a little bit late. So thank you for your patience. Right, here we go. So this is kind of a greenish, dark green color, quite earthy in tone. Let me move it over here a little bit. Yes, my PowerPoint graph right here. And let me know what you're working on, okay, guys? So this is my GeckoRouge day. I know some of you have GeckoRouge kits as well. They're very diverse in terms of their styles. But what are you stitching today then? And today I have a cup of coffee in my flask, my thermal flask. It's just one of those days. Just need a hot drink with a little bit of caffeine to keep me going. Ooh. Let's have a look. I think something's stuck from underneath. Let me just straighten it. As I said, you know, I'm warming up. So this color literally goes vertically up, all the way up. So it's very easy to stitch. I don't need to worry too much about the chart. I just keep going up. Susan says, kitting up, Artisy and Angel. Oh, Susan, when are you starting that piece? Is that your New Year piece? Yes, we're going to have a New Year start SAL together. So I think currently, you know, in my mind, the SAL is not going to be the same piece, because I think everybody has different idea about how to start their stitching year. And so it's going to be an open SAL in the sense that as long as it's a new start, it's qualified to be part of the SAL. Okay, so it's nice to start a new one, isn't it? It doesn't matter if it's a big or small. You know, new year, new start. And we're going to have, oh yes, I forgot. Yes, our plan is to have a New Year's Eve marathon. Okay, I nearly forgot about that. I think that's our plan, isn't it? To have a New Year's Eve based on UK time. And we'll do a countdown together, okay? And I'll try to find a time slot that works the best for everyone. We'll do a countdown in UK time through midnight. And then hopefully the marathon will carry on until we can do another countdown in an American time zone. I think the first to hit midnight in America is about 5 hours after the UK midnight, something like that. So yes, if you're in Europe, you want to join in, you will need a little nap before. And, you know, we'll make it happen. So we get to do two countdowns. And I think by then, Australia and New Zealand are already New Year. But it doesn't matter, just join in, you know, and do the countdown with us. It'll be great fun. We're going to start a year with a bang, you know. It'll be great fun to do. It's a lot more fun than those, you know, fireworks you watch on BBC. It's always the same every year. It's so boring. So boring. I remember going to the riverbank. I think it was near Embankment in London, and to watch firework. Oh, I don't know what I was thinking. I went there with my partner, and oh, never again. It was terrible. It was just so crowded, and it's very hard to get a good view. And also traveling home was a nightmare. We should have gone there with our bicycle, but we had a couple of drinks. So so try to get on the public transportation. It was free and it was running through overnight, I think. But oh, there was no fun. We were exhausted afterwards. It's much better to stay home and stay cozy. Even better if we do a little bit of stitching together. Okay, Lizzie is starting with the Heaven and Earth SAL. Yes, I think quite a few of you, that may be your New Year start, because the clock starts at from midnight, from the countdown, isn't it? So technically that would be your New Year start. But some of you might want to start another one as well, because a lot of you probably joined Heaven and Earth SAL for Amy Stewart piece. So, the SAL piece itself, I'm sure you like it enough to want to stitch it, but maybe that's kind of a mean to an end from the sound of it. So if that's the case, perhaps you have another piece is your actual New Year's start. So maybe you can think about that. And yesterday, I talked about my New Year piece. It's going to be Ciro Marchetti's Sleep Time. And it's a supersize. This is, it's going to be my first supersize max color piece. And I can't wait. I can't wait to start. I've ordered the fabric, and I'll double check with my floss as well. I don't normally kit up my new projects anymore. I've got a master set. But the piece actually has one special thread, metallic thread, for the sky, sparkly ones. So I'll look into get those as well. And so I'm really excited. It's a new experience. My first supersize. This is so relaxing. I just keep going up to about the second block there. I'll probably run out my thread first. Sarah says, I may wait and use my black on black as my new start. Oh, yes, that's quite a start for New Year, isn't it? Black on black. But a Hazel will also work. Yes, black on black. Sarah has got this pattern, literally just have a big kitty's face, close up, a black cat with golden eyes, and the background is also black as well, hence the name. It's a very scary piece in terms of the challenges for, it's all dark colors. Maybe, I'm sure there's some browns and other colors, but overall it's literally just it's just black color with two eyes, pretty much. It's very pretty though. So I'd love to see the progress of that. Let me find my little cutters there. Let me get organized. I was a little bit rushed coming back today. I had a few things to get sorted. That's why I was running a little bit late. Let me have a sip of my coffee. Baz says, looking forward to the New Year's dream. It will be a lovely way to spend New Year's Day here. Yeah, I think it would be lovely. It will be unique, isn't it? Maybe the first for stitchers. So come join us. Let me take, instead of taking another strand, I can just keep going, but I'm going to switch color. I'm going to just stitch until the color, the thread ends, and pause there and switch color. I think I'm not looking for a color completion, so let me mark my stitches here. So I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yes, this is where I am. Very nice start. All right. I'm going to just keep moving. It would be really interesting to see all the different colors happening. They're very bold colors. And I am going to just grid a little bit more to create space as a preparation. So I'm just using my color, my pencil here. Just extend these lines. This fabric is so delicate. And, you know, when I frame my fabric, I do spend, you know, fair amount of time adjusting the tension, because I think the tension is so important, at least for me, that if the tension is perfect, it's so much fun, so much more fun to stitch. So I don't want to compromise with the fabric tension. It has to be drum tight, and also making sure that it's not gonna get soggy as I stitch. So it takes a little bit to get it right, but it's worth it. So let me count, okay, without blinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not bad. Sometimes I just blink. The more I tell myself not to blink, I just blink at around 5. When I come to 5 and I start blinking, and I have to start again. I'm going to do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me start again. I blink. I blinked at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I blink, I literally just lose my position. That's just how my brain works. So I think two boxes should be good for now. All right then. Just create a little bit more space for the pencils to happen. Hello, busy mom. And Karen Sutherland is also here, says good morning. Just popped in to say hello before heading to work. Oh, we'll keep you company. If you're traveling, just listen to the chat. And busy mom says, Yogi, your chart is growing. Yes, I know. It's all up from here. Yes, things are looking very good. And so the next color, let me pick the next color. And it's a surprise each color you select, because I have no idea. I try not to refer to my chart markup there. Is to find out what the next color is. And this one is green as well, but it's a little bit brighter. It's number 128. Oh, hang on a second, I forgot. There will be no spooky bingo today, because I forgot that GeckoRouge, even though it's Heaven and Earth, not Heaven and Earth, all my words are all jumbled up today. Even though it's not it's DMC, it does not use DMC color. So we will be, it's going to be another spooky bingo free day, unfortunately. But some, you know, alien stitchers might be able to spot just by looking at the colors. Okay, you know you can. You know, there's some aliens in our chat here. So this one is 1 stitch wide. There's some aliens here. Oh, I just did a iPhone update, quote unquote update, onto this new design called Liquid. Oh my, if any of you have done the upgrade, are you regretting it? It's pretty awful. All the liquidy effects. I don't know what they're trying to do, Apple. It's not nice. It's very hard for the eyes as well. It's just all over the place, and a lot of they put in a lot of transitions when you interact with the phone. It's just so unnecessary. I don't know what they're trying to. I think they run out of ideas, Apple. It's a shame because I used to be a big fan, and you know, I think I was probably one of the first people that I knew to get an iPhone. I got it on a launch day, iPhone 1. I ask you, yes, I did. I was one of the first people to get the first iPhone. Lizzie says, how are you getting straight lines without the ruler? No, it's just I don't draw a straight line in one go. You probably saw it. I just kind of sketch it, and you just, you know, place your pencil in between stitches, and you know, don't. I think the best policy is not to try to attempt to draw a straight line or use a ruler, because even when you use a ruler, there's no guarantee the line is falling into the right space between the stitches. So I kind of just paint it, you know, sketch it as I go without trying to draw a straight line. Sometimes you just, you know, slide to the next squid. So no, it's quite easy. It's quite easy. Love Drunk says, my New Year's start will be Magic Study Rainbow version by Pain Free Craft. My first time going to stitch on a 20 count fabric. It's always nice to change the fabric count, or maybe different kind of type of floss or different type of stitches, something new, you know. So every piece that you start has a different kind of challenge or challenges. I like that. So you don't feel like you're kind of just stitching the same piece but different pattern, you know what I mean? I know some people can do that. And today someone in our Facebook group posted something that Komari, the floss tuber, posted on Heaven and Earth Facebook group, which I'm not a member of. I'm just trying to keep my social media feed minimum. Yeah, she posted a post there with a video on her channel that she's kind of showcasing all her finished pieces. It's worth looking at. If you don't know the floss tuber, she's a Japanese lady, and she's very fast. Probably one of the most efficient stitchers out there, I think. Alien territory we're talking about. Her name's Komari. Okay, just look up Komari, and she's got this clip. It's not very long, but it's got all her finished pieces. And yes, it's amazing how she can do that. And you know, she never changes her specs. She only stitches on 25 counts, and she does full cross 1/1. That's it. DMC floss, no changes. So she's one of those really unique stitchers that's happy stitching pretty much the same way, and her method never changes for this type of stitching anyway. It's very, very unique. Chrissy's also here. Hello. She says, hello everyone, I'm all nice and toasty in front of a fireplace stitching today. The last 2 days we've got 8 inches of snow. It's beautiful on the trees, but really cold outside. But if it's going to be cold, I'd rather to have a little bit of snow. It adds a little bit of excitement, isn't it? So you're painting a really, really lovely picture there, Chrissy. You've got 8 inches of snow there, and it's all white outside, and you're in front of the fireplace stitching. How nice is that? Karen says, it takes me an hour to drive to work. Whoa. Safe journey, you know. So this one is done. So this one is kind of a highlighter of this pencil. So I suspect the next color is also going to be green-ish. Oh no, see, surprise, surprise. It's not. It's a bright blue. 143, 143. Yes, it's a beautiful bright blue here, like this one. Busy Mom says, I hate the upgrade. I wish I could go back. Same here. But I've never tried to regress the update. I'm just scared that it's going to mess it up. Yes, it's terrible, isn't it? It's like everything moves and jiggles, and you can't turn it off. I Googled, and there are a lot of people posting already trying to find out how to disable it. That's so sad. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. So this one has 3 stitches in width. It's a nice warm up. Hello, Vaduhi says, hello everyone, a little under the weather, not feeling well, but watching. We'll keep you company. And yes, everybody, please wrap up warm. You know, it's getting a little bit colder, and there might be temperature changes. So making sure that you don't catch anything. And even if you do, just stay in and do some stitching and listen to the chat and Yogi stitching. I don't know whether you can listen to stitching, but, but you can definitely listen to the chat. Oh, such a pretty color, this one. Chelsea has a question. Chelsea asks, let me highlight this one so everybody can see. Doing my first 1/128 count project, but my thread 310 keeps shredding. I have changed the needle, thread length, and tension. Can I fix this? Shredding. Shouldn't be doing that. 1/128 counts, that's what I'm doing here. Why, when you say shredding, do you mean like fraying? And what kind of thread are you using? Are you using DMC or CXC? It shouldn't be doing that. So anyone, if you have some idea, Chelsea needs help. And Ring has just joined us as well. Welcome. And Diana Smith as well. Hi all, lurking and stitching. Lovely. Thank you for saying hello. You're allowed to lurk. And Gigi Start channel. I think you're new to us. Hello, welcome. How are you? Like the way you spell it. So welcome. Really bright color here. And Chelsea explains, like when I pour DMC 310 through the fabric, the thread will become 2 pieces instead of 1, with ends frayed. DMC shouldn't be doing that though. DMC doesn't fray that easily. CXC might do sometimes. It goes a little bit more fluffy, but I have not noticed 310. I do a lot of 310 here, as you can see. You know, orders. If I can remove this to show you. All of these stitches are 310 and they hold together quite well. I wonder why that is. And I'm using the smallest needles for cross stitching, I think. I think 28 is probably the tiniest, the thinnest needles. And I have no issues here. Maybe if you, I don't know what number needle you're using. Perhaps, I don't know, I'm just guessing, wild guess. If you use, if you up the size, maybe to 20, you know, 1 size, perhaps you will push the fabric open a little bit more. Maybe it creates a little bit less friction. I really don't know, because I have not had that problem. Definitely not with DMC. Chrissy says, where I live, we normally don't get snow until January, so we're not prepared for all the snow. It's 10 degrees Fahrenheit outside now. But this weekend is going to be in 50s. So 10 Fahrenheit, I suppose, is probably minus, right, for Celsius. No idea. Still can't convert it. Oh, look at this. It's so pretty, this one. It's blue. Ring says, Chelsea could try wax. Is it all colors or just the 310? Very good point. Yes, waxing might help. But generally with DMC, I've never noticed any issues with fraying or splitting. Because I'm comparing to maybe other types of threads, it's kind of spun together quite tightly. You can tell it's very, very structured. And Chelsea's using 26 needle, which is already larger than mine. I'm using 28. And Chelsea says, I have tried other color thread. Yeah, I'm doing a page by page color completion, and there's 3,000 of 310. Right. Interesting. So Chelsea's stitching the same fabric count as I am and using a slightly larger needle. I'm using 28. And Kimberly says, Chelsea, I bought a box of DMC and all of them do that. And most are on 28 counts, 28 needles as well. Could it be the qualities? There's something going on with the threads themselves. Because sometimes, you know, I've never bought sort of threads from other people other than the vendors. Because some people might go to a flea market. I've seen a lot of people in America, they do that, or some sort of yard sales. And maybe the threads have not been kept as well as they could be. Maybe they become a little bit more fragile. I wonder if that's the case. But if you buy brand new threads from shops, they shouldn't be doing that. Because DMC is very well made. Despite, you know, I know it's higher in price, but can't beat the quality of it. They look like these those sort of skyscrapers, you know, silhouette of maybe New York or something. The skyscrapers. And Becky says, sometimes it will do that to me if the fabric is really new and rough. A wax might help. Oh, yes. And also, what type of fabric are you using then, Chelsea? 28, you either get the type like mine or pre-gridded, maybe a little bit more dense. But either way, you shouldn't be doing that. Beth says, I recommend a size 28 needle for 28 fabric. The size 26 might put too much tension on both your fabric and floss. Interesting. In theory, if you're using larger needles, shouldn't it open up the holes a little bit bigger before the thread goes through? I think that's, some people believe that you should up the size of your needles if it's too tight to stitch. I don't know. Personally, I find 28 on 20, well, actually, I use 28 for all single strand stitching, so that includes 25 as well. So, no problem there. Rachel is asking, how old is the thread? Yes, that's a good question, isn't it? And how the threads have been stored. It's also probably quite important. Travis says, I've had the eye of 3 different needles break over the last few days. Let me take a guess, Travis. How do you thread your needles? Do you use needle threaders? I'm just wondering. Because I have broken the eye of the needles a few times in the past. Because at one point I was using those metal needle threaders, those flat ones. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it right now. But you know, the ones that kind of become popular, not those traditional ones that's got a loop. There's some slightly newer ones that's kind of flat piece of metal, and it's got a hook that you can, they kind of go in the eye of the needles. Be very careful with those if you're using those. They could literally slice the needle and the eye of the needles open. So the needles break. They damage your needles, basically. Chelsea says, just purchase the thread during the Black Friday sale at Michael's. Oh, Brittany should know that. Brittany's going to go, well, then it's top quality at Michael's. I think Brittany works at Michael's, right? If I remember correctly. And Becky says, if you're a tight stitcher, we'll do that too. And tight being stingy. Careful with money. No, I know what you mean. You mean like pulling really tight as intention. Really? Oh, I see. Does that mean it kind of wears the threads a little bit more. All right, let me end this thread here. Let me see if I can find a spot to do a tuck-in. So that's such a fun color to stitch. Hey Dolly, oh my goodness, this is the early Dolly time here. My goodness, Dolly just appeared behind me and then just rolled over, and she's on her back and flashing her belly. Oh babe, come over here. That is too yummy, babe. Hello, come over here, babe. Oh, Dolly time, guys, Dolly time. Okay, babe, how are you today? She's running away now. Come on then. A little bit of belly rub. Belly rub. Belly rub. Hey, babe. Belly rub. Live purring show. Performed by Dolly. Say hello to everyone. Hello, my name is Dolly. I purr really loud. Oh, yes, this is her new strategy now, because I remember when I started stitching, streaming a few months ago, and she would come in and she would demand attention. Okay, she would literally make herself, make an appearance, and then just just demand attention. And now she's going for a slightly more passive aggressive strategy, and she would just quietly appear behind me and behind my chair here and just roll over and just stay there until I discover she's there. And you know, so it's working. It's working. Yes, there you go. Dolly time today. Yes. And now she's just sitting there like a statue. And Beth says, single strand floss fraying usually means the ply of the strand is untwisting as you work. I know what you mean, Beth. And she says that this depends on the way the stitching is constructed, retwisting the ply back in. As I work, it has helped me. But the strange thing is, Chelsea is working on other projects. She's probably stitching with DMC in the past as well. I presume this is the first time she's having this problem. So yes, we have certain habit as we stitch. Sometimes I just release the needle when the needle goes down behind the fabric. I just release the needle for half a second and catch it again. Just allow it to kind of, twist back to the way it's supposed to be. Sanga says, not the 310, but I have had it happen with a pink on my GeckoRouge DMC thread on 25 count fabric and 28 needle, and using thread wax. Interesting. I have not experienced that, not with DMC. Right, let me mark my stitches here up to this bit. All right, lovely. Okay, I'm going to pick my next color. It's also a blue. It's also a blue. And then I'm going to, start to build it a little bit higher as I go. And then do a bit of surrounding area as well. Oh, this is good fun. It's very relaxing to do. Literally, I just stitch, you know, from the bottom up. 142, 142. One, four, two. One, four, two. It's a blue. Oh, look at this color. 142. Wow. Why does it go blurry? One, four, two. Ah, so Travis, you were using the needle threader, those metal flat ones. Yes, I would say if you can, maybe not use them, because I have destroyed a few needles doing that. Brittany says, I do work for Michaels. Yes. So Brittany can vouch for the quality of the DMC threads they're selling. Brittany says, if you're having problem with 310, I think it's a thread itself, not where you get it. I have comb from Joanne, and also it also shreds. So I switched to Anchor Black. Thread conditioner can also help. Wow. Maybe just a bad batch or something like that. And also those of you who are who have combs, do you notice any quality differences? You know, I wonder. There shouldn't be, but maybe they're made in different factories. Gay has joined us. Says good morning all. Currently 22 count, but we'll swap for a snuggly for snuggle weather is in a heartbeat. Dolly has her engine running. I know, she purrs so loud, and sometimes she would sleep next to me, and I, you know, literally she just purrs all the way for me to fall asleep. Oh, this one's snuggled. Let me have a look. What is going on here? Talking about DMC problems. I've got a little knot forming here. Here we go. Just one stitch width here. Ah, so it's a known thing for 310 to play up sometimes, does it? I have not noticed that with the thread I have. Nikki says comb threads, slightly thinner thread Hey, Nikki. Yes, when it comes to cones, you know, Nikki say, anybody says cone or smuggling, literally, she just materializes. Yes, a little bit thinner. That's not good then, because the whole point with cones, all it is it's you know, larger in volume, longer, but the quality shouldn't change, I like to think. But I'm thinking, you know, GeckoRouge, obviously, I'm sure they're not getting their floss by scans, right? So they probably use cones as well. So what I'm stitching here literally could be coming from sort of larger cones. But the quality so far is quite good. Some, I think I can feel subtle change differences with GeckoRouge floss versus regular DMC floss. They're not as glossy, which I actually like, because DMC floss can be very glossy for no reason. But at least the threads I'm getting from GeckoRouge at this point that I can see, they're not shiny. So Nikki reckons I'm stitching floss threads from combs. It makes sense because it's unlikely they're trying to get their floss with scans. Very unlikely. I'm gonna keep going with this one. Let's see. It goes pretty high up. Two blocks up here. I'm gonna just keep going. Yesterday I was doing a lot of air stitching, so it's quite a nice reset to stitch really bright colors. It's all about varieties. Let me have a look. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee here. Nikki says, I find the anchor black more problematic than DMC and will not use it. I got the anchor black in little spools. Anchor, yes, I have found, I think 1 or 2 scans of the anchor brand, black ones. I'm pretty sure they're 310. I haven't tried it. I was hoping the coverage might be a little bit better, fuller. Not sure. I think anchor is also 100% cotton, isn't it? So, oh, little knot is forming here. Look, out of nowhere. Let's hope I can open it. Oh dear, there's a little knot there. Why does it do that? Oh yeah, okay. Just keep pulling. Hello, Joyce. Welcome. Oh, I think anchor's supposed to be quite high quality as well, isn't it? Let me take a sip of my coffee here. Oh, Nikki's got a cone of CXC. So they actually exist. I've never seen it being sold anywhere, but I think Nikki probably has some secret places that she goes and get cones. Some comb vendors. Oh, nice coffee. Quite strong today. Wow. Yes. So there's some CXC combs happening there. And I suppose that makes sense. Well, I don't know whether there are companies kitting up their cross-stitching kits with CXC. Majority of them probably are using DMC. My PowerPoint graph. So there's 3 more stitches from here. I'm going to do them. Whoops. And I'm thinking about maybe get a full set of a different brand floss just to try out, you know, because currently I only have experience of DMC and CXC and Anchor. To be honest, I do have a stash of them, but I cannot remember how they stitch back in those days when I was doing. I think they probably came from, some of them probably came from cross-stitching kits, possibly. And I think I bought some of them randomly. Sometimes, you know, the vendors, they do random colors set. You just kind of lucky dip. You just buy a set of 20, for instance, 20 scans, and then just kind of random colors. I remember doing those, buying those from time to time. All right then, let me have a quick look. I'm going to continue to work on the different color pencils, but I just want to come back to this area just for a change and do a little bit. I want to build this baseline here to connect it to the right side, whether, you know, remember this blob? This yo-yo, pink yo-yo blob, or whatever it is. Gecko, I think. Try to connect. I want to connect these 2 points, if I can. 142, going back. So I am going to pick a color from the bottom and work my way back there to, you know, establish that connection to the right side. All right. It's good fun. Okay then. 72. Oh, Nikki says the stamp kits use CXC threads. Really? All the stamp kits. I would be interested in trying out stamp kits if there's a pattern I like. I honestly have not found one. And I don't want to stitch anything that I don't love, you know. And any prediction from anyone from the chat when the next Heaven and Earth discount day is going to come? It has not happened yet, has it? Do you think it's going to come tomorrow? Because they release new charts on Wednesdays. Or do you think it's going to come a little bit later? Because they have not done Black Friday, so let me mark these ones as I go. Oh, hello. We have a new friend, Robert Sprite. I think you've come here before. No? Robert Sprite? It kind of rings a bell. Welcome from Canada. Yes, very nice. And Travis says, come to the Pokemon side, Yogi. Should I do that massive Pokemon piece as well? Sarah is calling for chocolate time. Yes, our Captain Alien is having a chocolate time. Why not? Yes, I follow her order. So let's have a chocolate time then. It's never too soon for chocolate time. Let's go. Let me just finish this stitch here. Why not? Janine, hello. Janine says, late again, 5 inches of snow here. So ride home was slow and easy. Welcome, Janine. Yes, you're right on time for chocolate time, okay? Janine, get the snacks out. Let me grab my chocolate as well. Where's my chocolate? Yesterday I started a new packet. I still have a bag of chocolate button, but just for a change, yesterday I opened this one, green and blacks. Let me move this out there. And I realized this is not a worldwide brand because you just never know. There are a lot of UK brands, but I don't really know. Looks like it's not being sold in the US as far as I know, but this 70% cacao is quite delicious actually, green and blacks. So this is what I'm having today. Nikki says before Christmas. I would like to think they definitely will do one before Christmas. So. And I think they probably have something planned. Maybe they're going to release something that's, quite special. Who knows? I like to think. It's Christmas after all. Before New Year, Here we go, big chunk. Chocolate time, yes. Travis says they have a smaller version of painting fairy cross stitch. Oh, a smaller version of your Pokemon. So Sarah, what kind of chocolate are you having? Or are you having chocolate? So chocolate time, you are allowed to have other snacks as well. Any kind of snacky food. I like this one actually.
it's a little bit more, it's got a slightly more sort of bitterness compared to the buttons. It's a more grown up taste. Joy says, maybe you can trade UK chocolate for US DMC. Oh, that's a cunning plan. Yes, just swap the things we don't have. We're going to start a chocolate DMC black market. I think Nikki's very excited to hear that. I'm sure. Oh, Bear says we get green and black chocolate here in New Zealand. Yes, it's lovely, isn't it? It's a real chocolate. So this one is 70%. Sarah says, having a piece of fudge I made. Oh yes, yesterday Sarah was making fudge, and lo and behold, she's eating homemade fudge. So unfair, Sarah. It goes so well with the coffee. And Janine says, my husband wants to go to his favorite store, Walmart. It's a favorite store. In this weather. So I'm sitting in the car with my stitchy friends. Oh, so you're in the car watching us. I see. So the husband is there doing his shopping. He's going to come back with a trolley of stuff. So is he buying food or is he buying extra wells for whatever reason? I don't know. Apparently it's a thing. People buy extra wells for no reason. Barbara says, since dipping my toes into the dark side of cross-stitching full coverage, I have wish list for haze. Yes, yesterday we were talking about an number of items we have on Heaven and Earth wish list. Personally, currently, if I remember correctly, I have about 5. But for some stitchers, that's not the case. Some of them have pages and pages of items. Janine says, I hate going to Walmart with him. He's buying food, but I bet he's in the auto department too. Yes, I think he's going to come back with two extra wheels or some parts, unknown car parts, for no reason, just for the joy of it. And I have to say, other than sort of supermarket, I have not gone to sort of shopping mall that much in the past year. I think I just get bored of it. They're all the same brands. High street is just not fun anymore. It's kind of sometimes when you go to a new city or a new country even, and they literally have identical shopping streets. They're all the same brands, same shops, and a few Starbucks. So I tend to do my shopping online, just on need-to-know basis, you know. It's probably all for the best. Oh, Sarah says, Yogi, I'm doing the tree branch method today. Working well. Wow. Okay. So are you going from top, center top? Yes, I did. I started my traveling library with the tree branch method, okay, which I pioneered, pioneered by Yogi. But I kind of changed my plan somewhere there and start to follow the magic caravan method. Just popping up at different point. I think this one is probably falling into that category as well. It's a method that I stole from Nikki, okay, and rebranded it and claim it to be my own. All right. So I'm going to end this one here. I just want to kind of, pick a color, gradually move to the right, and some, hopefully establish the baseline there. Because currently it looks like it's floating. It's 72. And Sarah says, I'm working on Monarch. I started a tree in the most random place. Randomness is good, isn't it? It's just a different kind of challenge. Okay, so I'm going to continue to pick the colors down here. Yes, my only rule for making connection, for extending my line is if I pick a new color, wherever I start, it has to start from next to a stitch that is already there, that's completed. So I'm making the connection rather than, because technically I can start to flow away, just move away from this area and start stitching here randomly, but it's my own rule that I don't do that. So the next color would be right next to this one, and so on and so forth. So I don't miscount. If I start to, jump a couple blocks and start stitching, the chances are I'm gonna make mistakes. Gay says I pre-order my shopping, and when they advise it is ready, I go and they bring it to me to the car for ready, already bagged, etc. Okay, so it's basically you order online, but instead of them delivering to you, you go and collect. I think it's probably sort of, you can only really do that if you drive. So I normally physically go to shops and buy the quantity I can carry, because if I just order online, either I have them have the grocery delivered to me, so I don't have to worry about the weight. But if I just order online and then go and collect it, I bet it's going to be twice the amount I can carry. So I think, if you have a car, it's not a problem. The next color, 57. Oh, Janine says, I'm having fun with a haphazard cross country I'm doing with my amazing circus chart. I got that from Yogi too. And Janine, I got that from Nikki, okay? Just so yes, I've seen your web of that piece. It's so much fun. It feels a little bit like this one, and it's a sweet shop as well, and just a lot of bright colors and really fun looking. And it's so strange because yesterday I was totally in a mood of doing block by block parking, air stitching. And today I fancy this. So every day is different flavor, isn't it? Keeps everything fresh. It's a totally different way of stitching. And that's why, I'm always amazed by stitchers like Komari, who can literally just do, stitch the same way, day in, day out. And she actually wrote a sort of mini bio of her stitching journey. And apparently, if you go and read a post on our Facebook as well, it was kind of screen grabbed. And she started, I'm trying to recall, I can't remember, is it 2007 or something like that? Quite a while back. She started it, but for some reason, she stopped for 2 years. I don't know if it's just a life situation or maybe she just needed a break from stitching. And she stopped for 2 years and then came back with vengeance. And now, I think she's been stitching a lot. It's interesting. 57, hang on, this color looks a little bit iffy. 57? Is it because it looks a lot brighter? Oh, no, it's okay, it's okay. I'm just looking at the swatch on my app. It looks a lot brighter, but no, it's okay, 56. Whew. For a moment, I thought I got the wrong color. 57. All right, I'm going to keep going and then come back here in a bit. '73. Barbara says, I love the drive up at Target, but there are things I don't trust others to pick up, like groceries. My brother says they give you the dented cans. Really? Well, I think nowadays is kind of a little bit better, but I do order from Amazon from time to time because Amazon is really quick. You literally can go and book a slot on the same day. If you in the morning, you can book a slot for the evening. Whereas other supermarkets, you tend to have to book like 24 hours before or something like that. 73. So I get stuff from them, and also they have chocolate buttons. so I order from them from time to time. But the fresh ingredients, I prefer to go to the shops and get them myself. But occasionally, even when I order fresh ingredients from Amazon, it seems to be quite good. I think Amazon, they're kind of, they're pretty good on that respect. Because I remember the earlier days when the supermarket, so the grocery delivery became popular. Yes, I think you might be right. Sometimes, maybe not dented cans, but sometimes they will pick particularly fresh ingredients. They will pick the ones that's closer to the sell-by. You know what I mean? Very subtly. So if you don't check, because if I go to the supermarket And if I'm gonna pick some tomatoes, I'm gonna look at the sell-by as well, just check. But if you buy online, you don't have that option. And maybe in the past, some companies might be a little bit sneaky. They're not, like right on the deadline necessarily, but they might pick ones that's slightly closer to the sell-by. But I don't think that's the case anymore, because reputation is everything. If they do something like that, people find out, they go on social media, it's all over. Nikki says, I was working on traveling library, extreme cross country. Yeah, I know, Nikki. And in black, but only in half stitches. And I later will fill in the other half. What? So you're doing full cross, but you're only doing half, the first leg, and go back for the second leg. Wow, that's a new development from Nikki. Oh, Nikki doesn't stop, does she? Just when you think she's done everything, she come back with another crazy challenge. But what's the advantage of doing that though? Does it make the stitches flatter? But if you're doing, I can't remember the fabric count of a traveling library. Is it 25 or 28? Wow. So first leg all the way for the entire piece, and then do the other one. We need, I think we need a name for that method. And Joyce is here, our naming sort of master. She's in charge of the naming department of the group. I think we need a name for it. One leg at a time, but extreme cross country. So normally if you do one leg at a time and come back, it's called Danish. And the way Nikki does it, maybe it's Martian, because I don't think that belongs to this dimension. He says, saves the shoulder post-surgery. What the other shoulder awaits its doom. So did you actually have surgery? Or is that, because if you carry items on one shoulder, most people do, mine's on the right side, it could create problems. Busy Mum says, have a good evening. I have to go. Getting my hair done tonight. Happy stitching. How exciting. Hairdressing appointments. It's always nice. Enjoy. One, two, three. Let me mark these ones as I go. Every time I'm trying to grow my hair out, by the time it gets a little bit longer, sort of past my neckline. I just can't wait to chop it off. I tried several times trying to grow it out. It's not happening. One, two. Double dib. Joyce. Joyce does not disappoint. Nikki, you've got a name for your alien new method. Double dib. You dip once and then dip again. Oh, that's just greedy, isn't it? Oh. I'm just wondering what other sort of new way of stitching we're gonna, we're going to see, because I think currently the methods that we know, there are quite a few different ones already. I'm really looking forward to some sort of really different way of stitching. I'm sure that'll probably happen, because by changing the way you stitch, literally, it changes the stitching experience. Nikki says 25 counts. Next time I don't have to look at the chart. Feels faster. Oh, I see. Yes, so you do one leg, and the next time you just follow the previous 10 stitches. Huh. Interesting. Yes, I presume you probably would, because essentially you are doing 10 stitches, which is faster already. You're doing 10 stitches and just, flow through all the stitches and then go back. The following time, you don't have to refer to the chart. Only Nikki will come up with something like that. Never, ever in my dream, my wildest dream, I'll come up with something like that. And are you planning to do to stitch that way throughout the entire piece, one color at a time? Two. One more. I think I'm going to end this color here, because my goal, what I would like to do, is to extend the line at the very bottom. So technically I could, continue and flow the stitches to the right there, but I'm not going to. So I am going to end this thread here, 7th thread. And gay referring to the shoulder surgery. Oh, it's no fun, isn't it? Oh, so you fell and hit the shoulder, not because of carrying heavy objects for a long time. That can happen too. Do damage to the shoulders. Michelle Fuller says, home from work. Oh, welcome home. Working on cookies, milk, and drinking vanilla latte. Oh, so much better, isn't it? Nice and warm. Now you can relax. All right, I'm going to keep going. So this time, instead of going up, I'll go to the right and see how it goes. 74. 74. It's this one. Hey, Grace. Grace says, hi, Yogi and everyone. Grace Houston has joined us. Travis says, I'm excited for Thursday. I have a holiday, so I'm going to join my mum for a crafting event where there are a few ladies get together and craft. They call it knit and bitch. Oh my goodness. Excuse the name. Is it official? So they call the event called Knit and Bitch. Oh, sounds good. No problem with that. And how nice of you to keep your mum company, and you're a crafter as well. So it's a bonding experience, isn't it? Sounds like great fun. Oh, Grace Houston says, Yogi, when will you be starting the very cute Molly stitch? Yes, Grace posted a pattern on our Facebook group. I think it's Heaven and Earth pattern, right? It's literally a picture of my Molly here. Molly was the sister of Dolly. They're both black and white kitty. Next time I will have Molly's picture put up, just like Dolly's. And yes, it's uncanny. It's literally Molly. And but the thing is though, Grace, it's going to make me sad stitching it. I don't think I'm able to stitch anything that look like my cats. It would just make me sad. So, you know. Hey Dolly, second visit from Dolly. What can I do for you this time, babe? Hey, why are you meowing like that? Hang on, let me just follow Dolly for a bit to see what she needs. Hang on a sec. Oh my goodness, I know what's happening here. She's soaking wet. It's raining outside. Sometimes I need to, you know, I only realize it's raining outside because of Dolly. She just popped in. Soaking wet, babe. And baby, come on, come over here. I'm going to dry you. Hang on. Come back here. Silly girl. Honey. Oh, she's completely soaking wet. And when she comes in wet, she doesn't dry herself. She just meow at me and go, dry me, dry me. Come on here. Sweetie. Okay, now you're good. You're good? Oh, babe. Yes. She just come in and go, you know, I'm wet. Help. So this is a cat who doesn't know how to dry herself. She won't be able to survive in the wild. Seriously. Oh, now she's good. Nice and dry. Hey, babe, you good? As good as new. I know. Yeah, dumb Dolly, yes. Really dumb. Yes. It must be raining quite hard outside. She's really, really wet. Are you okay, babe? Are you all dry now? Good. Yes, towel, please, Mom. Yes. It's your job to dry me. Yeah, she's so entitled, isn't it? She's good now. She's nice and dry. And now I can hear the rain from the outside. I didn't even notice. Oh, Travis is going to take little Marek there as well. That's nice. 3 generations together doing craft and bitch. This sounds very good. That's got to be a bonding experience. And I am going to extend this color to the right side. So maybe I can establish this baseline here. Oh, that one looks funny. So Grace, I don't know whether you heard me when I talked about photos in the house. I don't generally have sort of photos, not photos of my mom, or I've got a few pictures of the cats that now have become angels, but I don't sort of actively look at them, if that makes sense. Kind of just reminds me of stuff. So I know some people, love to have things that remind, kind of photos and maybe objects that remind them of their loved ones, maybe passed on. I'm the opposite. I try to escape from it. I know. Everyone's different. I remember being so mad. If you use Apple devices, the photos by default, unless you turn it off, they've got this thing called memories, and they will pop up and try to kind of just show you random pictures from your album, from your device, and they could be anything. They kind of just pick, I don't know, sometimes pictures of my mom or dad, or sometimes my cats, which I'm just not prepared to look at. Sometimes you have to be emotionally kind of quite prepared to browse their photos. So Apple will literally just show you random photos, and they don't care whether it's going to be triggering or maybe make you sad or whatever. They just go, ta-la, look at these pictures. Your memories. And I had to find a way to turn it off. Luckily, you can. They need to be a little bit more thoughtful about what they're doing, because it could be quite upsetting for some people. Just wake up in the morning and, there you go. There's some photos you're not ready to see. Gray says, same with me. I have hard time looking at past photos. Yes. Some people are different. Some people love to have photos to remind them of people in their lives. But I'm the opposite. I remember chatting with some of the stitchers on the stream. I can't remember who it was. There was a lady that charted a picture, I think it's of one of her parents, or maybe both. She basically took the photo and created cross-stitching charts based on the photo and stitch them. And I thought it was so brave, because no chance I'll be doing that. I wouldn't be able to survive doing that. Pictures of my parents or my mum, and stitch it for years and years. No chance. 74. Michelle says, have you heard of the AI companies that creates an avatar of your deceased loved one? You can talk to them and they will answer their own voice. A bit creepy, or very creepy. Yes, I vaguely remember there's such story. I think they probably use all the sort of past information, whereas maybe email exchanges or voice exchanges or whatever it is, and compile them together and create some sort of AI thingy based on previous patterns, and they try to make them respond to you, interact with you as if they were them. Yes, that's a little bit scary. That's a little bit scary. I'm not sure about that. Because ultimately, it's not them. So, 134. Janine says, I have a lot of photos of my loved ones who have passed, but they're in boxes in my closet. Very rarely look at them. Yes, if I had physical photos, which I don't have that many, I'll probably put them in a box and keep them somewhere safe. And there may be times that I'm ready emotionally to have a look at them from time to time. But, I don't want them to be just anywhere. Definitely. But the thing is, with photo album, digital ones, they're kind of buried in maybe albums, digital albums, or just in the archive. But the thing is, what Apple does is they're trying to be clever, and they just dig into all your past photos and try to find some sort of anniversaries or whatever it is. They kind of come up and just flash those photos in your face. It's insane what they're trying to do. So I just turn it off completely. I just think, Apple, they're really running out of ideas. I think the ideas were running dry anyway for the past few years. I mean, the moment Steve Jobs passed away, people were saying that maybe they have 5 years worth of ideas. And then, you know, from then on, who knows? And I think they're right, because they probably had some sort of, you know, projects that were ongoing for a little while after sort of Steve Jobs passing. And then after that, no one was kind of pioneering the creativity of the company. So they probably you know, they have the money and resources to hire the best and the most creative people. But you can tell they're struggling. They're making the devices a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, a little bit different colors. But fundamentally, it has not changed much. And who would create a device of any kind? If you ask any designer out there, who will create a device, a product design, right, of a device that does not lie flat? If you have an iPhone, you probably know. I don't know about other phones, probably similar problems. But iPhone does not lie flat. The camera sticks out at the back, like this. You know, these bits sticking out. And if you place it flat on the table, it wobbles. Who does that? You can think of, try to name one object. Appliances, any kind of objects in your household that's lopsided. Name one. And I'll save you trouble. It doesn't exist, because no one in the right mind will put out an object. Everything needs to be balanced, symmetrical, particularly with digital, electronic objects. You know, whether stereo or some sort of any kind of TV. Have you seen a TV that's lopsided and wobbles? But that's iPhones, and they have not been able to fix that problem. I think they just don't know what to do. The camera is sticking out on one side. It's a pink elephant in a room. So I think all it takes is for another brand to come up. You know, maybe it's already kind of happening already. I've seen a lot of die-hard Apple users. They're switching to maybe Android devices. First of all, cheaper. And also, if they're not, you know, really that much worse in performances, why not? It's a phone, you know. And I don't know whether you've seen this. I think it's probably special edition. I hope it's not a regular item they put out. They put out a kind of a container knitted. It's kind of knitted with special material. Kind of a collaboration with Ishimiyaki, who is a Japanese designer that designed Steve Jobs turtlenecks, you know, those black turtlenecks. They're actually from Ishimiyaki. And they put out this sock-like thing. It's supposed to be kind of a special weave, okay, fair enough, silicone or whatever. They literally, but it literally looks like a sock. And you can put your phone in. And that thing costs a lot with the brand. They charge you stupid amount of money for a sock, and it's terrible to use. I've seen some sort of videos, people reviewing the items. It's as clumsy as anything. Janine says, but why would you need your iPhone to lie flat when it's usually in your pocket or in your hand? Don't go to the dark side of Android. No, I don't think I'm going to Android just yet, but why would you design an item, and it's not lopsided by design. It's a design problem they cannot solve. So they can just leave it like that and hopefully, hope that you just accept that and not notice. But it's been sort of a pink elephant in the room for a long time. And each new iPhone they come out, they cannot resolve that. So they're running dry of ideas. But no, I put my phone on flat surfaces a lot, and particularly if I place it on the table, for instance, and sometimes I try to interact with it while it's lying on the table, and it wobbles. It's ridiculous. There's no other electronic device that you can name or find that does that. Because you shouldn't do that. It's against every design principles. A product design or, any kind of design. No designer is going to put it out there. An object that does not lie flat. Joy says, how about a phone like that with a cover? Problem solved. What kind of cover? Janine says, must admit, I don't like that camera lenses are not protected unless you have a case. That's kind of slightly different problem because for a while I think there were kind of it's a thing to make things as light and as thin as possible. So they want to remove any extra bulk for the product to make it lighter and thinner, so somehow it's better. I never used to put silver cases for my phone. This is the first iPhone that I literally have to put a case around, and also at the front as well, because they crack. Can you see the cracks here? I've got cracks over here. I don't know whether you can see it. Yes, can you see the fine lines there? And in order to prevent it from cracking more, I have to use a silicone case for the first time, because I'm always, being a designer, I always appreciate, if they make so much effort to make something lighter and thinner, why do I want to put a case over it, to make it bulky? It seems quite ridiculous. But this time I have no choice. So this is the first time I have to put a case over my phone. One, two. See, there's a baseline being established here. It looks so much better. And Lizzie says, I filmed a video today. The recording went somewhat well, but the editing was a complete disaster. I hope I can do some editing tomorrow. Yes, it depends on the tools you use, or platforms, really. Depends on whether you're doing on a PC or a lot of people do it on the phone. So if you do it on a phone, it's quite limited what you can do. But editing takes time to do. I'm going to just use up my remaining thread here. And Nikki, have you decided on the New Year piece? I know you're probably starting everything around the New Year time, but for the New Year piece, which one is going to be? Is it going to be one of the companion pieces? I wonder. All right, this is going to be the last stitch of this color. This one's a little bit tricky to do. Lovely, not bad. I'm actually not that far away from the pink blob. I might do that before I come back to the PowerPoint graph here. Let me take a sip of my coffee. So Lizzie's got a channel as well. Here we go. I think I am going to continue from here. I think technically, no, I want to connect this line. All right then, the next color is 74. And I recognize these brown and yellow colors because the first start, right, back in 2023, in the beginning, when I started from upper left, I literally started from one of these colors. And I was stitching these ones for a long time because if I show you the markup, if you look at the upper left there's a frame, kind of a border around the upper left where the Scrabble piece, C, there. Yes, so I started very much from these browns. So I have certain memories attached to these colors. It was during the lockdown, and I was so excited when I got this piece. My goodness, it's like a dream come true. Two more here. Probably just keep going to the right side there, because I really want to establish this line there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two. It's quite close to the edge there, so it makes it a little bit tricky to stitch. I think I am going to end this color and leave it there because it's very close to the hoop, the edge there. It's a little bit clumsy. Clumsy to stitch. All right then, 74. And then I am going to come back to my PowerPoint graph here. So it's nice to switch to different color group there. So the next color is a green. 105. 105. 99 Joyce. 99. 105. So I'm going to start here, the base there. One, two. 1, 2. So Silver Stitches, it's Lizzie, isn't it? Silver Stitches channel is called Silver Stitches. And I think, Lizzie, if you're looking to, I think, I don't know whether you've done editing before, but I think the best policy is to keep editing as light as possible. Because apparently editing is one of the main reasons people stop posting videos. It's just the sheer amount of work that's required and literally consume your life if you're not careful. So you might be spending, I don't know, a couple of hours filming, but the editing could take a couple of days. So I think the trick is to find a way that you don't get sucked into too much post-production. It's going to take away the joy of having a channel. Janine says, that's funny. One of your symbols is a pair of glasses. I've never seen that symbols before. Yes, they have some slightly unusual symbols. And this chart, for some reason, I think they're probably having fun with stitchers. They have a lot of symbols. They're actually colors, numbers. So for instance, number 3 is number 3. Okay, and there's so many of number symbols. 23 is actually symbol 6, I ask you, if we're talking about being, try to confuse people. So a lot of times I look at 6 and I try to find number 6 thread, which is actually this one. Because I look at 6, my brain just processed 6, but it's actually 23. And then 25 is symbol 2. Okay, and it keeps going. It keeps going. There's so many of them, and there's just no reason to use numbers. Number 50 is a 9. At least it's got a circle around it. It looks a little bit different. And there's a number 9 here. 68 is number 9, and so on and so forth. And number 3 for 76. I think they're just surely when they create the chart, either they completely just leave them to fate, randomly generated. There's a 7 here. 87 is 7. So my brain is thinking 7. It's actually 87. I think that with so many different symbols to choose from, this 6 is 111. I don't know. I think it's deliberate. And there's a 5 as well. It's all over the place with this chart. And there are only 149 colors. There are number symbols. There are at least 10 number symbols. That's 3 for 76. So I don't know whether it's deliberate, because if it's random, they need to do, work a little bit harder. Maybe use other symbols. Lona, hello. Lona says back from physical therapy. Oh, I hope it went well. I hope you feel great now. Lona says, what pattern is this? This is a craft cupboard from GeckoRouge. It's a chart. It's based on artwork of Collin Thompson. That's the name of the artist. Yeah, but the chart is full of traps. Probably just like the chart itself. It's just full of, it's trying to trick you, to bend your mind. One, two, three, four, five, six. I know. There's so many symbols from symbol libraries. They just have to pick those ones. Oh, really? Did it hurt? But sometimes, just like sports massage, it hurts when you do it, but afterwards, you felt so much better. Yes. Now come relax and do a little bit of stitching. Lona says, who sells the GeckoRouge pattern? If you look up GeckoRouge, the website, it's the name of the company, and they are chart creators. So very similar arrangement, like heaven and earth. They probably have a contract with an artist to license their artwork, and they chart the artwork accordingly. But the difference is GeckoRouge, they do not sell charts, they sell kits. So if you want their patterns, you have to buy the whole lot. 105. Yes, Bess is correct. Janine says, my mom was a physical therapist, and she said that it was her job to help people in the right way to make the body heal. Yes, I think similar to sports massage, it hurts a lot. Some deep tissue massage, that kind of stuff. It really hurts when you're doing it. So it's not one of those, relaxing massage that you have at a spa. But afterwards, hopefully, you feel better. All right, this one is 131. It's a green as well. 131. Lona says the best part was the biofreeze. What is that? Is that some sort of device from the sound of it? Kind of cold therapy, that kind of stuff. I'm just guessing. It's looking very nice. I think unless you have very specific injuries, the best thing you can do is just realign, kind of do movements that allow the spine to get longer. I think that's probably one of the best things you can do, you know, for the body. So I do a lot of back stretches and I've got one of those things. It's called back stretcher. I don't know whether you've seen it. It's kind of got kind of knobbly bits on top, and it's kind of come as an arch. Not very deep, but it's, you know, when you lie on top of it, it's almost like deep tissue massage. It's really good. 131. Lovely. Yeah, hi, Collin. You made it. Yes, we're still live. I know. Incredible. Janine says, my mom also said never go to a chiropractor because they're wags. Oh, really? Chiropractors. Not trained to do the right thing. They hurt you in the wrong way. And you end up with a physical therapist. Chiropractors. What's the what do they do? Do they kind of realign your bones or something like that? I don't know the difference. Chiropractors. 78. Let's have a look. They're wags. Do they not have some sort of medical training? Surely you need it. And Lona says it smells like menthol, but has a numbing effect. Oh, so it's not temperature. It's more of kind of like those, you know, cream you can get for sports injuries, for soreness. Sometimes you can get those, what is it called? Deep something. Kind of cream that you can put on the skin. Janine says, I never gone for a chiropractor because of the horror story she has told me. I don't know. I have heard of people around me going to chiropractors, but I never know what they do exactly. I just kind of imagine it's kind of physical therapy, you know, a bit like, I don't know. Do they kind of try to realign things or something? But if you work with human body, surely you need some sort of medical training. I like to think that. And Sarah says, after I hurt my arm and shoulder, I was in physical therapy for 3 days a week for 3 years. Wow. And there were many tears. Yes, I bet. The rehab is probably not fun to do. But hopefully it works. Move it up a little bit more. Janine says they claim to realign you, but she told the stories of them paralyzing people. What? Really? They're not medically trained as physical therapists. But if they do that, surely they probably get banned, right? Really? Paralyzing people? That sounds very serious. Oh, let me switch needle here. I think this one may be 26 rather than 28. Sometimes they get mixed up. Whoops. It's so colorful, this. Almost like rainbow. Lona says, where are you in the big chart? Yes. So this is the second restart actually, Lona. So this piece I actually got a few years ago. Back in 2023, I started, I think, in January of 2023. And I worked on it for 2.5 years and then realized there was a glitch on my chart which caused my web to be incorrect, pretty much. So I had to decide what to do with it. And I decided to restart. So literally, I'm at the bottom center right here. I can quickly show you with my app. Okay, so this is where I am. I'm going to zoom out all the way. Lona, so have a look. So this is very large. This is probably one of the larger charts from GeckoRouge. They've got a few sort of what they called extra large or something like that. They don't call it supersize, but they're kind of larger pieces, and this is one of them. They're bigger ones. I think Ring is working on World Map, which is maybe the largest cross-stitching chart out there. So I'm at the bottom, as you can see, Lona. So previously I started from upper left, and I have fair sort of number of stitches done during that period. But the restart, this is where I am right now, at the bottom center there. So a little bit at a time. Okay. And today I'm doing PowerPoint chart stitching. Or maybe color pencils. I don't know. So it's quite a fun piece to stitch. You're never bored. Oh, Sarah's kitty's been vomiting. I hope it's okay. I mean, kitties sometimes vomit, but it shouldn't be 5 times a day. So maybe take the kitty to the vet to have a little check. One, 2, 3, 4. Alona says, can you turn on the colors for a second? Hang on. So this is at the bottom, right? And I'll flip. I'll turn on the markup so you know where I am, all right? You need to squint so you know where I am. There you go. That's the full markup. Okay, and don't blink, okay? I'm going to switch back. There. I'm in the bottom there. Get it? So, a little bit to go. Tiny bit to go. Few more sessions. Oh, so Callan's got a kitty problem as well. Sorry, I missed that. Oh my God. I hope it's okay. Yes, can be quite stressful when your kitty's not well. Totally understand. So fingers crossed. You're welcome, Lona. Let me come back to my color pencils here. So oh, Janine's kitty is hungry. Yes, a hungry kitty cannot be ignored. They will keep coming back to make sure they give them food. Grace Austin says, do you see the Amy Stewart chart posted in Hate that you won't get if you complete one page of the SAL? Have they posted it? Have they posted the mock-up? I was aware that there's a mystery Amy Stewart piece that you get if you stitch one page, but I have not seen the mock-up. I thought it was supposed to be mystery. And some people say that you don't get the chart until next November. So even if you finish the page within a week, you do not get the chart until November. I don't know which is true. They've got, very complicated rules for their song. All right, so it's actually on the Facebook group. I'm not part of the group, so I have not seen it. Anybody have seen it? Is it good? And because quite a lot of them, quite a lot of stitchers are doing the SARs because of the mystery chart. So Beth says they have not posted the actual mock-up yet. There have been teaser posts on a weekly basis with song parodies and placeholder Amy Stewart picture. So yes, I suppose they're probably unlikely to reveal it just yet. It's supposed to be mystery. Hey, Lineker. Hello. Lineker says hello to everyone. Welcome. Well, the thing is, if they reveal, I suppose the deadline for the SAR is probably over. I remember looking at their website there. But imagine if they show you the quote-unquote mystery chart and people don't like it, they're not going to join the SAR, I presume. So let's keep going there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Collin says, I thought I saw the post for it early too, but have they actually posted the mock-up or maybe some sort of teaser? I suppose there's a little bit of a pressure, maybe not so much on Amy Stewart, but for Heaven and Earth as well. Because imagine, if people don't like it once they reveal the mystery charts, it's probably not very good. So they have to make sure that it's something that people are going to be very happy with. Beth says, Luann, one of the admins, I think is referring to Heaven and Earth, Facebook, has been posting old Amy chart pictures with song parodies. She says the actual song mystery chart won't be revealed till next year, unfortunately. Yeah, I presume that's why it's mystery, right? But also, I heard you don't get it until November. That's quite a long way away. That's a lot of teasing. So even, you know, so the sale starts in January, right? 1st January. So some really fast stitchers may be able, they probably can do one page in 3 days. But they don't get the chart till November. That's like almost a year away. Also, Collin was under the impression that it was the actual markup. It's probably quite unlikely that they're going to show the markup now. Let me have a look. Oh, I think I stitch one stitch too many. All right then. I can keep going with this color actually. Why not? Janine says, I'm just hoping that we get the sale chart a little early, like they have done in the past. Do you mean the bonus chart? Because the actual chart for sale, you should get it. Do you get it before 1st of January? Because people are going to start stitching. So maybe you can only download it on the date, like 1st of January. But I just think the bonus chart is kind of slightly long way away. I think people might lose interest. I don't know. That's like a year away. The chart for sale, you mean, Ginny? But I think they probably give you thread cards first, right? Because people have to prep. And they probably give you the colors, the thread colors you need. This is so relaxing. Literally, I'm just stitching a vertical line, just straight up. Here we go. And just keep going until I run out of the thread. Just one more. Oh, so Grace has found it. It's not the pattern. Right. So it's on the Heaven and Earth website, not the Facebook group. It's probably some sort of teaser and go, hey, this is what you're going to get. But not quite. 1, 2, 3. But the thing is, though, I do follow Amy Stewart on Instagram, and very often she talks about, she will promote sort of jigsaw puzzle kits. For instance, recently she released a kind of trio set, jigsaw puzzle set for the traveling library and 2 other companion pieces. But she rarely mentions the stitching part of, her work. I mean, she doesn't chart her artwork, but a lot of her her artwork has been translated into cross-stitch patterns. But I don't see that being mentioned as much on her Instagram anyway. So 96 rather. 96. It's another green. No spooky bingo today. GeckoRouge Day. But this one has only got a few stitches. Let me start from here. Oh, Collin. So there are 2 stitches here, and I'm going to end the thread and move to another location. There are a few more up here, but I don't want to take my thread all the way there. It may be too far. So I'm going to end it here. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Three more here. 1, 2, 3. Nice. It's very colorful. It's like horizontal rainbow happening there. Two. The color changes are so subtle. There are two different greens here, but you can hardly tell. And I'm sure it will make some difference at the end. Three. It's quite interesting that, you know, it feels like yesterday's piece, the little cake shop, it was just begging me to park. But with this piece, I just cannot imagine parking. I might change my mind at some point, you know, if I keep stitching, maybe some area that I'm stitching, it's going to tell me to park. But it's so strange because I find it really fascinating with my webs. I think they try to tell you how they want to be stitched. Because for little cake shop, for instance, I cannot imagine stitching it like in this way. I just can't. It's fascinating. One, two, three, four. And I think I'm going to keep going till it reaches the top. So this is the highest. So far, I think this is where I ended last time, the highest point. But this time, I might go a little bit higher. And a great way of doing stitching this way is, you know, I was working on the Mr. Potato for quite a few weeks, and the thing is, if I insisted on staying over in that area and keep stitching, I think what's going to happen was I'm going to just get really sick of it, because there's a lot of quite a lot of stitches there. So now I literally remove the Mr. Potato and the cat off my view, so I cannot see it on my fabric, and it keeps everything fresh, because next time whenever it's going to be that I decide to go back to that area, it's going to feel really new and fresh. So the mistake I made last time when I did my first my first start, I was stitching in order. I think same with my little cake shops. All the pieces I started around the same time, about 2.5 years ago ish, and I started in a very similar way of stitching, and I kind of went for the complete as I go type of stitching method. So I did either block by block, some sort of parking, or cross country, you know, with or without parking. I was trying to finish the area before I move forward, and because you know my speed by now, it's not fast, so it means I spend one area for a fair amount of time, and So as you're stitching, obviously, you're looking at that area. And my eyes, I don't know about yours, but my eyes literally just start to get really fatigued. Not because they're tired. They're tired of looking at the same pattern. And that's a problem for me, because I think partially that I have not worked on Little Cake Shop that much was I was kind of stuck in a rut a little bit. I could not find the kind of renewed enthusiasm to work on it. So I was moving very slowly, and I was tired of looking at it, I think, at least the part that I finished. Because I've been looking at it for a long time. And with GeckoRouge as well, I was working on it pretty much non-stop when I started, when I got the kit. Maybe solidly for 6 months. And it didn't really hit me till one day. I just woke up and tried to, bring out the piece and work on it. And I put it back because I was just headed. And from that day, I did not touch the project for, I'm thinking, maybe a few months. It was bad. I went from stitching the same piece for 6 months to not being able to look at it for a long time. And I think that was because partially because of the stitching method. I was doing a lot of 25 counts, 1/1. I was bored of that. But also, I was just so tired of looking at the same piece. I got this sinking feeling. And I was feeling guilty as well, because I loved that piece. I loved this piece. But I just couldn't bear. I just couldn't bear looking at it. So this time, I want to do it in a smart way. I want to give myself the space and permission just to kind of move to a completely different view and stitch until I felt like I want to move on. So Janine says, that's why I like that kind of cross-country. For the Amy Stewart piece, I can go anywhere. There's so much going on. My Sprangler piece, I park, modify row by row, and it works for that one. I know, Janine, exactly. It's almost like every piece, they're trying to communicate with you. In the past, I didn't really listen to that voice because I had this kind of fixed idea on how I need to start my piece. Majority of the pieces I started when I first started doing Heaven and Earth, when I discovered that you can actually start from the corners, because I always learned that I start from the center. And once I discovered that, I decided in my head, all my pieces will start from the upper left. So all my whips at that time literally look identical. You will have this triangular shape from the upper left, and they start to look the same. And that was killing me eventually. So I don't want that to happen again. And now it's really good because I literally cycle through different projects every day. So even with pieces I really love and want to stitch, I kind of, tell myself to kind of leave it for a few days. And so the ones Traveling Library currently and this one, I work on them once a week, and that's beautiful. I occasionally, if I have some time, I might put in a few stitches here and there, extra stitches, but not very, I don't spend hours working on them. And I also sometimes I try to frame them into different size frames, hoops as well. And it kind of just, sometimes it crops out area that you don't want to look at this moment in time. So when I look at this area versus when I looked at when I was stitching the cat on the right there, literally it looks like a different pattern, doesn't it? This is like something else. And it really helps. really helps. And I want to keep everything fresh. You know, I do not want to stitch anything out of a sense of obligations or, you know, almost guilt sometimes. I think I was feeling quite guilty with this piece when I first, with the last attempt. Because once I put it down for a few months, not being able to look at it, I was feeling really guilty because I invested not only time but also money on this piece as well. You know, if you have bought GeckoRouge pieces, you know it's not cheap to get a kit from them, and this is quite large as well. So I decided to invest on this piece because I loved it that much. So when I put it down and not able to stitch it for a long time, I was feeling really guilty. I was feeling like I was wasting money and time. But so I think that glitch on the chart there, which caused me to restart the piece, was probably blessing in disguise. Even though, yes, in theory, I had to let go of 2.5 years of stitching, but it literally gave me, you know, this piece a new lease of life. Because even when I picked it up, back up, I was only able to do a little bit at a time, you know, because I was still kind of not able to find the freshness for this piece. And now I love it so much. I just fall in love with it all over again. Janine says, that's funny. I thought I was the only one that changed frame sizes. Yeah, I do as well, but I have to confess only very recently because I didn't realize that helped. So in the past, particularly when I was using Q-snaps, I kind of went through a Q-snap phase for a little while. I used to get those really large ones, and so I can see the piece in its entirety at all times. And I thought it was better because I could see the full picture of what I have stitched. Without realizing, I was, you know, basically creating fatigue for my eyes and also for my mind as well, because I'm just staring at the same, you know, view for a long time. So I think for those of you who use really large, you know, scrolling frames, I kind of envy them a little bit because they can fit their pieces, you know, on the frame that's kind of large enough. But at the same time, you're looking at the same view for a very long time. Even if you scroll through your piece, there's subtle changes, you know. So sometimes I just drastically change the size of the frames, and it literally looks different. It looks like a different piece, and it really helps. Like today I'm looking at this vertical rainbow that has nothing to do with the cat, nothing to do with the Mr. Potato or whatever it is, which I have, you know, I have worked on for quite a few weeks in the past. And if I just kept going, I think I'm going to get tired of it at some point. So it was a good move to kind of travel to another location. Collin says, I posted a poll in a group to help me pick a New Year start. Yes, everybody, please help out Collin. And if you haven't joined our Facebook group, we have a group, and you get to see everybody's work and help Collin out. Collin says, I like that I can mix and match Q snaps to make different sizes. Indeed, yes. I think in the beginning, I got one that's sort of on the larger side. And then I realized that you could get sort of, parts to create different sizes. I have, then I got those as well. So yes, it's quite handy. But, it's a bit of a shame because Q-snaps for me, they're not able to hold the tension of the fabric enough for me to want to keep using them. Because for a while I was using Q-snap quite a lot. But gradually they kind of lose the grip a little bit. And so I don't use them anymore. I'd love to find a solution. I think we've kind of talked about Q-snaps a few times on this stream, and some suggest that you could put some sort of liners to keep the clippers not sliding inwards. That's when the fabric starts to lose tension there. Yes, I suppose I probably need to give that a go because I do have a lot of Q-snaps frames and parts as well. And they're kind of relatively easy to frame things as well, don't they? It's just I wish they could come up with maybe an upgraded version, like a 2.0, that they can keep the clippers in place. There must be a way. They can make, because currently, oh dear, what's happening here? Maybe they just need to improve the grip, and not just for the clipper, because the clips, the inner side of it, there is some sort of anti-slide thingy, but it's just not very effective. But the problem is also on the frames themselves. It's so slidey. It's too smooth. Maybe they can come up with a version that's got some sort of a texture on the frames themselves. So, the fabric would kind of stay in place. Collin says, I heard you can put them in your dishwasher to tighten them. I heard that too. Or in some sort of warm water or something like that. I have not tried that. But I'm just thinking that as a product, it's kind of their job to make it work. Frames supposed to be able to hold attention. Yes, I have not tried that. I've heard about it. Let me end this one here. There's one more stitch. Perfect. This is so relaxing because I don't really need to refer to the chart that much. Right. Lovely. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that one's done as well. And Collin says, I have scrape batting from quoting I use to protect the stitches, and that seems to keep it tight. Yeah, I tried that. I tried felt pieces, and also similar to what you mentioned for the quoting, right? That's kind of a liner for quoting, somehow the clips just keep sliding inwards. And I think it's because the frames themselves are so smooth. The texture, there's nothing, keeping the fabric in place. And I think there's probably something they can improve on. Just give the frames themselves something, sort of anti-grip thing. Wendy says, I heard recently that if you put the Q-snap bit in hot boiling water, they get tighter. Yes, I heard that too. So similar principle, I think similar method to a dishwasher method. So I think the plastic probably tighten a little bit. But the question is, how long are they going to last before you have to do it again, 109. It's another green. Janine says, my problem with Q-snap is my Lowry stand as smashes the size, so I put a piece of wood behind it, and it's been working great. Q-snap, not Q-snap, Lowry. I have a Lowry stand as well. So Lowry has a attachment that you can get. You do have to buy it separately, okay? But that's kind of triangular. That you kind of have this. It holds the corner, bottom left corner of the Q-snap rather than try to clip on the side, because Q-snap, as I said, is very smooth, right? It's going to roll up and down and it's very unstable. So I had to buy the corner as well. Let me see if I can find it, just in case you haven't seen it before. If you have Lowry stand, there is one. Yes, I found it. Because when I was using, sorry, I have to take it out from my shelf there. So it's a attachment. So if you buy Lowry stand by default, it's got a flat, kind of just a flat shape clipper that you can clamp your the side of your hoops and stuff like that. Okay, so let me just show you. It looks like this. So normally it's just kind of vertical on the side. The bar will be on the left and you clamp it together. But it also has a attachment like this. I can't remember how much it was. So what happens is you put your frame, it could be Q-snap or any kind of rectangular square frames, and the corner, bottom left corner, will sit here, and it's very, very stable. I mean, Lowry kind of bounces anyway, but you can you probably get used to it after a while. But this attachment will keep your Q-snaps quite stable, or any kind of square frames. But you do have to buy it separately. So. And I think they have a slightly different version that you can also get a piece of wood, which I have as well. It didn't work very well, so I got this one, which is slightly more expensive. But there's also another model that you could place a piece of wood to support the back. Otherwise, it's very unstable. Travis says, I need some cheering up, guys. I found out in my supper break at work that my 9-year-old son got beaten up by 8 kids at school today. By 8 kids? 8 versus 1? Oh, Travis. Oh dear. I hope he's okay. Dear, oh dear. That's not fun. Is that what they do at school nowadays? They just gang up on someone. Oh, Travis, you need to get it sorted out with the school. That's not good. Oh dear. Wendy says, I made my own with 20mm PVC pipe from hardware, and the snap bits have ridges in. Okay, so it will not loose over time. Maybe you can propose the idea to QSnap so they can improve it. Oh dear, Travis. Travis says his mom is monitoring him for a concussion. Has he been taken to the doctor? Because concussion can be very subtle. You probably need a checkup. Oh dear, I hope it's okay as well. It's got to be traumatic. Dear, oh dear. Sarah says, I hope the school will be dealing with those kids. It's tricky, isn't it? Because sometimes if the bullies, those kids, they gang up on someone and do something, when they get caught and get punished, they might come back and try to seek revenge. Because, you know, kids of that age, they have no idea of consequences. It's quite scary, actually. And particularly if it's an entire gang. Yes, you need to sort it out with the school there. Travis says his mom is calling the cops in the morning to see what she can do. Yes, because you also want to, doesn't matter what you do, you want to prevent those kids from coming back and try to do something, because they probably get mad. And are they similar age to your son? Oh, that is terrible. Please tell your son that we're all behind him. You know, we're outraged. It's not his fault. Because sometimes kids, they kind of blame themselves. That's why quite a lot of kids get bullied. They're too afraid to tell their parents because they're thinking that maybe it's me. Definitely tell him it's not him. We're behind him. Yes, schools are terrible dealing with bullies. Travis says we have brought the bullying to the school attention. They have not done anything because they don't know what to do. Really, because all they can do is to tell them off or maybe contact their parents. And some parents are bullies. They actually think that maybe their kids haven't done anything wrong. And there isn't a kind of foolproof way of preventing someone from doing this again. It's really hard. Bully is hard. No, Travis, it's good to share because it's good to have some perspective, you know. As parents, you know, it must be really hard as well. You're probably thinking, you know, how do we deal with something like that if the school is not doing anything? I think they just don't know what to do. But I think, you know, family education definitely has a lot to do with it. You know, those parents, of bullies, they have to think, why will a child go out there and think it's okay to be someone else? I just cannot imagine that. You know, something with their upbringing that made them think it's okay to do that. Because some kids would never dream of doing it, right? So it's not like we have that inbuilt desire to harm others. You have to think, why is my child want to go out there and harm people? Travis says, I feel guilty because I convinced him to go to school today. But he's supposed to be going to school today. So I don't know why. You shouldn't feel guilty. It doesn't make sense. So this is where we come in. We provide a little bit of perspective, right? Because no sane person is going to go, that's a bad thing to do. I mean, the child's supposed to go to school. There's absolutely nothing wrong. So from the sound of it, the bullying issue has been ongoing, because if you have previously mentioned to the school and there was nothing they can do and it keeps happening, it just means it's not effective, whatever the school is trying to do. And Betty says, do not let the bullies place guilt on you. Yes, I think that's, you know, I was talking about kids feeling guilty and not hiding it from parents sometimes. I think even as parents, you know, you probably feel guilty feeling that maybe there's something you could have done. But it's tricky. It's really tricky. Travis says he hasn't wanted to go because he has been dealing with 3 bullies. Oh yeah, oh my God, so it's been going on for a while. Yes. I don't know what the solution is though, because as I said, sometimes the scary part of young kids, young bullies, is because they don't have the sense of consequences. Some grown-ups, they're probably more aware, even if there's some, you know, bad individuals out there, they probably think, oh, I'm going to get arrested, or, you know, there's some sort of illegal consequences. But young kids, they don't care. That's very scary. I don't know whether it's possible to move, if it's been ongoing for a year and nothing's happening, then I don't know, changing school isn't a possibility. I don't know, because sometimes maybe it's good to restart somewhere else, kind of reestablish the network of friends and people around. But it's not always easy to move school. And I don't know whether it's possible for you to set up with some sort of meeting with those, you know, bullies' parents, and have just a heart-to-heart conversation like human beings. Because those parents, I think they're responsible as well. As I said, some kids will never dream about bullying anyone else, but some do. And you have to think about why that is. What makes them think it's okay to do it? And I think parents play a part. Travis says, we're going to try to change schools. Yes, sometimes it might be the best solution. You know, if that's a possibility, just give the child a fresh start. Because if he's afraid of going to school, because it's ongoing, it's probably not good for his mind either. You know, sometimes it's not good to try to tough it up. Sometimes it's best just go somewhere else. Love Drunk says sometimes like this happened, something like this happened this year with my son, and also the bully was wearing mask, and my son is 13 and the bully is 17. The police didn't do anything. Yes, because legally, unless it's kind of serious bodily harm, legally with kids in particular, there's very little they could do, because all they can do is probably tell them off and tell the parents not to do it again. But yes, it's not always effective. And I think for schools, not all of them, but I think a lot of them probably want to sweep it under the carpet as well. They probably feel like, you know, first of all, it's bad for the school's reputation if, you know, it's out there. So sometimes they try to kind of pretend it's not happening. You just hear stories like that over and over again with the schools. It's quite sad. It's their job, you know, to protect the students. Yes, Karen, I agree. The school is there to protect everybody safe, isn't it? And Love Drunk says, and the mother of the 17-year-old never came to say sorry for what her son did. And that's what I meant about a lot of this is the parents. I really do. Because, you know, for instance, with my parents' education, to be honest, I would never ever dream. It's not even in my DNA that I think I can go out either verbally or physically harm anyone. And I think that's instilled in my body from my parents from day one. It's just not a thing. Zero, you know, possibility that you should do that. It's not an option. And so you have to wonder, those parents of the bullies, what happened there? And they're responsible. And a lot of times, if you talk to them, maybe they're not the most reasonable people either. So you can kind of see where this is going, you know. Yes, it's it starts from the family, really. And particularly within the family, if there is some form of violence, either psychological violence or physical violence happening in the family, maybe the kind of boundary of between, you know, not harming other people become a lot less sort of defined. So the kids, and also in the gang as well, when you have 9 kids together, sometimes they lose their minds. Because in a gang, you just feel like you're not that responsible, you know, because you're in a part of a group. That's quite scary as well. Oh dear, they also record the beating up. So it's a kind of a trophy for them to collect. So that's totally sort of something else. That's not good. Wendy says the school should also should suspend the bullies only once, and if they do it again, the school should kick them out of the school. They will make the parents accountable. But the thing is, though, it might work for some bullies. But the thing is, if they can do that and within the school system, and they get pissed off, let's say they get kicked out of the school, there's no guarantee they're not going to do something waiting for you outside the school door and, revenge. Who knows? It's just really hard to tell. So I think fundamentally it's not just about the punishment. It's about trying to figure out what is going on with those individuals. They think somehow it's acceptable to harm others. And, punishment can only go so far, because if they don't care about school, being kicked out, is it going to deter them? I don't know. Maybe they're happy they get kicked out. You don't have to go to school anymore. I think it starts from the family, for sure. Janine says, I think bullies don't live in the best households. A lot of times the bullies are not treated well at home and bring that to school. Yes, it's totally possible. Maybe they're being bullied at home by the parents or other siblings, and they try to vent that anger out at someone, feeling strong. I think people who bully, ultimately, they're weak in the heart, because why do you need to do that? What are you trying to prove? I think all bullies, so these type of bullies are actually outwardly more obvious, but sometimes, at workplaces, and they're characters like that. They try to intimidate you in some way, and you have to think, well, what is going on with this person's personality to want to do that? There are work bullies as well, grown-ups. Collin says, I'd be livid if I found out my child was was a bully. Yes, exactly. But then, Collin, you're probably unlikely to produce a child that's going to be a bully, because you have that in you, and you probably instill that to your children as well. I mean, I just cannot imagine ever that I would ever do anything like that, because the sense of moral compass has to be instilled from day one. And if it's somehow not aligned, then all sorts of things are going to happen, And maybe on their own, individually, they would not do something like that. But in a group, they felt protected. And they probably felt less bad doing it, because there are others doing it with them. So ultimately, those bullies are cowards, because they need some sort of they need to harm others in order to feel good about themselves. So you have to think about what is going on with those individuals. See you later, Sarah. Enjoy the dinner. Love Drug says, I must say the police stopped because I think that's stop, yes. Because they did not know my son has had a 27-year-old brother and a bodybuilder and looking like gladiator. My older son went and showed up and told them never to put hands again on his brother, and it stopped. Sometimes it works. It depends. Yes. Sometimes they might go, well, because bullies tend to pick the targets they know or feel they can get away with, because they're probably not going to pick a 6'5" bodybuilder to bully, right? So they pick their target, and there's nothing wrong with the victim. So this is not saying there's anything wrong with people being bullied, but these people, they want to do it and get away with it. So they try to pick the individuals they felt maybe, well brought up, polite, knowing that they're not going to be kicking and screaming. And they're easier targets. They're a little bit like burglars, really. If you think about burglars, they wouldn't necessarily just go and break in and steal from any household. They try to find households that are easier to break in, maybe less security, and it's got, the houses got lower fences, or maybe with the locks, they're easier to open. So they pick and choose, and they want easier targets. So I think bullies are like that. They can smell it. They can smell you like wild animals, and pick the ones they feel they can get away with. And sometimes, when the big brother show up, the bodybuilder, big brother show up, they go, oh, maybe this is not as easy. Maybe they stop, but, it really depends. See you later, Collin. Hope everything's going to work out just fine. Betty says, around here, the bullies are protected more than the victims. Yes, it depends on how the school kind of deal with it. Sometimes it could be, come across like that. Susan says, I think it's Collin's keyboard went rogue. Yes, happens sometimes. The lives will be over. The auto-correction or auto-predict function. Oh my goodness, it's 12:30. I had no idea. Oh well. Time flies as usual. I'm really having a good time stitching these pencils or PowerPoint graph. And today I created a few new bars. So in that case then, this color will be my last one. I really had no idea. The last time I checked, it was 11 p.m. and now it's 12:30 a.m. What is happening? So here we go. So, so I'm going to be doing maybe a few more stitches with this red. It's a very strong start, finish, isn't it? And I really enjoy these bright colors. And so I'm going to do probably 5 more stitches. Okay, guys. So you know what's happening at the end of the stream here? Today is going to be tricky because today I kind of went left and right a little bit and not stitching by blocks like yesterday. So today, you know, it's going to be a wild guess for everybody. But you know, every day, every stream is a wild guess. So if you're new to the channel, okay, if you just found us literally just now, join us, okay? You might not know what's going on, but we play a game at the end of every stream, and it's called Guess My Stitches. And as it says on the label, it's for you to guess how many stitches I've done. And as you can see, I'm still stitching, okay? I'm stitching, gonna do one more here. This beautiful finish here. And for you to come forward and offer your guess. Just a number, okay? Could be any number. And if you have no idea how many stitches I have done, join the club. No one does, me either. So join in full of fun. Every day we have a new winner, and it could be you. It could be you. So I'm going to give you a little recap of what's happening. I really enjoyed this, so relaxing and such bright colors. Yesterday I volunteered myself to do some air stitching, and I enjoy that as well. Different day, different experience, okay? And so today, let me give you a quick recap as the numbers coming forward, okay? If you're lurking, give it a go. You might enjoy this game we play. So today, let me zoom out a little bit more if I can. So today I moved my fabric a little bit. I kind of, you know, move the fabric to the right there to reveal more space for me to work on. These looking like either silhouette of skyscrapers or PowerPoint graph, those bars I used to have to do as a designer. And moving from the right, this little gecko there, I'll come back and work on it at some point. So today I focus on the, these are actually color pencils, okay, color pencil. I'll show you the markup in a little bit. So color pencils, yes, they're different colors. And I also establish the baseline here to create a little bit more structure. Otherwise, it feels like everything is floating in the air. And so this is what I've done today. Very happy with the progress. I think last session I was barely just around here. So today, I lied. Last session I was up to this black bar there. And today I've extended 3 more colors and a little bit on the right. So your guess is just as good as mine. And let me bring on my super duper Guess My Stitches. Okay, some of you might not have seen this machine before, so I'm sure you're probably fallen off your chair with shock and amazement, thinking, how can you have this amazing high-tech machine on the stream? I know, I built it myself in my basement, okay, with my power tools. And I don't flash my power tools very frequently, but sometimes I bring them out and create some amazing objects just for you. So this is where I am today, and I'm gonna just quickly show you my markup here, just in case you don't know what this markup looks like. I'm actually going to show you via my app here. It's probably easier to see so you know where I am. Can you see this colorful stripes here? They're color pencils, so that's what I've been stitching. And previously I was working on this orange kitty for a little bit, okay? So I moved to the left, change of scenery, keeping everything fresh. And we're here at a color pencil land here. And I just noticed there are actually letters that says pencils. I did not notice it until this point, right at this moment. This chart is just full of magic. I love it. I love it. I love it. So this is where I am, okay? And let's come back to this view here. And I am going to start from the top with the numbers. And as I'm reading the numbers, you still have a little bit of time to come forward. So unlurk yourself and come forward this could be a celebration for you. You could join me to celebrate for the victory. I win every night. Okay, so here we go. From the top is our Susan 302, and yes, I saw the lies as well. I was thinking maybe it's real lies. And Betty 205, Janine 288, Maddie 360, Love Drunk 260 as well, 360 and 260, 100 stitches apart. Who is right today? And also Michelle Fuller 252, and Betty Hankins 213, and Beth 222, Grace 225, Lona 290, and Diana Smith 275, Cozy Comfort by Lisa, oh, someone unlocked, and 268, I love it, Rajal 234, and Jackie James 452. You're my favorite. I don't care if you don't win. You're my favorite. And Samantha is offering 272. I'm sorry, Jackie. I've got a new favorite. Julie says 500. Julie's clearly new to the stream. Oh, bless you, Julie. You're my favorite today. You're my favorite today. So there you go, guys. Are you ready to be confronted by the app that does not lie? Okay, here we go. Boom. And so this is the app view you saw earlier on. This is where I am. I'm at the bottom. I'm working toward the left, to the color pencil there. A little bit to go. We're going to come back and keep working on this piece. So I'm going to count down to 3, 2, are you ready? Who is going to be our winner tonight? And this beautiful Monday night. Okay, we've got one more last minute offer, 251. That counts. Okay, right before I reveal the number, it counts. And Clara as well. Yes, 264. Okay, here we go. Boom. There. Oh, who's laughing now? Yes, today, the grand total of the stitches I have completed is 386. Yay! Round of applause. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yes, some, quite a lot of solid color, flat color stitching, but that counts, right? 386. And Summer just came in with 330. That'd be so funny. Someone come in and go, hey, I think it's 386. So there you go. Who is our winner today? 386, guys. 386. We have 360. I think 360 might be the closest. No? Is it Maddie? 386. 386. Oh no, Samantha. Is it Samantha? Or is it Betty? Have I missed anybody? Let me have a look. 386. No, it's 272. No, I can't read. Maddie. It's Maddie, right? I was correct. So Maddie is our winner today. And here we go. I tried to highlight it. It slipped away. Maddie's 386. Where are you? 386, Maddie. 360, sorry. Maddie's 360. So Maddie, you're regular. You know how it goes. Come celebrate and be celebrated by everyone here. And with the praises, the respect, capital R, and crowns and dollies and buffet. That's what we're here for, okay? Yes, Maddie is our winner today. Rejoice. And all the crowns here for you, Maddie. And the buffet is coming. Okay, let's enjoy together. You can have a few pieces and I'll have the rest. You know how it works. So, yes, buffet is coming forward. Thank you very much, Susan. And Janine as well. And from the sleepy London town is 12 a.m. I ask you, not p.m., a.m. in the sleepy London town. And Yogi is going to sign out. And tomorrow, don't forget, is our festive stitching tomorrow, okay? And bring on your Christmas piece or whatever you're celebrating in life, and bring the piece forward and let's stitch together. So Wednesday, festive stitching. I will see you tomorrow. Nighty night, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the feast, and congratulations to Maddie. Night night, everyone. Nighty night. Bye.